Good evening, beautiful people. It is me, Bella, again. And just 7 hours ago, I came on here just so that way I can record what I said in the Nitti family because I told you guys yesterday I wanted to recap what happened about the Nitti family and also do a live reaction, except the fact I couldn't react to the video on camera, all because of a community guidelines strike. But after careful consideration, YouTube did not find anything stupid or anything like that, but they still did not bring my video up. I mean, I still have the video on my laptop, but since I may get into trouble again, might as well delete that video. So that's why I'm here, so that way I can recap what happened. And yes, I did do a recap, but I did not have a time to discuss what happened after or before and after the episode because of course, as we said in the episode, so basically in this episode, Joe visits the Nitti family. Lisa said she had 4 boys before meeting John. And of course, with the boys, Darren was a bully to his brothers. Matthew was the most hyperactive. Devin was the most aggressive. And Jared is the mommy's boy since he's the youngest in the family. And with Lisa and John, basically with Lisa, she gets treated poorly by her boys because her boys would not listen to her whatsoever. But John basically would make it all mission impossible because, well, he basically goes ahead and he just, so basically with John, he basically gets the boys to listen just by yelling at them. So we basically talked about the episode, but anyway, we got some events post episode. So it has been said that Lisa and John broke up after the episode. They still remain friends, but they just haven't seen each other after their breakup. And it had also been said too that Lisa got married and her last name is now Reyes. Devin and Darren had also gotten married and they became fathers themselves. Matthew is still alive, but he did end up losing half of his skull after a skateboard accident. And John did pass away on this day a year ago. Well, we don't know what his cause of death was, but there could be some possible causes. I mean, we don't know his real cause of death, but it had been said that he had several strokes and was a recovering alcoholic and was sober for almost 13 years. So maybe it's possible that I guess John was an alcoholic. So maybe he did have some drinking problems, and there had also been YouTube comments saying that John was scumbled to death or that he died from a heart attack because I guess due to the boys' behavior. I guess it might have been too much for John. So maybe he did end up having some sort of heart attack. But I guess if Lisa and John haven't seen each other ever since their breakup, maybe he would have died years ago. But no, he ended up dying a year ago, exactly a year ago today. And there has also been some fan reception and controversies because the Nitti family was said to be one of the most iconic and infamous episodes of Super Nanny. Oh, okay, excuse me, guys. I know I did have to yawn. Basically, it's bedtime, but it seems like everyone is still awake, including me. And I wish I would have also realized that it might be midnight. I mean, I might get this uploaded by midnight, or maybe it will already be midnight once I get this posted. But right now, for me, it's 11:16 Mountain Standard Time, 11:16 p.m. I was thinking about doing this hours ago, but I did not even have a chance to even do my part 2. Could get this uploaded. I mean, I can probably get this uploaded tomorrow because when it comes to making videos, basically you have to film them ahead of time, but you can get them posted at a specific date and time. So maybe I might get this uploaded, so I could upload this tomorrow morning, and maybe I can schedule this video for tomorrow at 8 a.m. I don't really upload videos in the morning, but I guess if I'm fast enough, I guess I can go ahead and get this video posted. But I'm just gonna do a one-take scene here, so hopefully I don't screw this up. Otherwise I may need to try again next week. But okay, everyone. So according to the Nitti family, I guess people can say that the Nitti family may be a bad episode. I mean, I wouldn't say it's a bad episode either, but I do want to say as well that I guess people are saying it could be a bad episode because Lisa headlocked Devin during the observation. And I guess the boys also were disliked because the boys roughhoused and had aggression. And I guess many people liked John for his honesty and support towards Joe, but others viewed him as too authoritarian. And I guess this episode shows an example of what authoritarian parenting is like. And I guess we were all shocked that he didn't agree with Joe's techniques. I mean, we don't know if he even had any signs of disagreement, and outside of Devin's timeout, I guess he was fully supportive of Joe's techniques and was willing for her help. But I guess John may have called Joe a lady, as in, what do you want to hear, lady? And I guess we believed John was being sexist right here. Or we're not really sure about that. But I guess if Mike Ruggles was confronting Joe, confronting John, he'd be like, what do you want to hear, man? But I guess as time passed, we have to understand this episode, because in the beginning we can see that, so I guess we can see that the family became angry and violent, and in the end kids were well behaved. And John's daughter also did make a video on TikTok. And of course, according to John, he may be a Sour Patch because he's sour on the outside but sweet on the inside. I also did take notes as well because I've seen the TikToks before. And of course, John may have had an NDA against Joe and the producers. And he also was angry the entire time. The entire time they were filming. So I guess, like we said in the beginning, so, but okay, I guess we can go ahead and get on with the trivia. So I know I pointed out that when before Lisa put Devin in a headlock, Matthew was seen in a corner. So I'm guessing that scene of Lisa, before Lisa putting Devin in a headlock, maybe that should have been filmed right before, so maybe that would have been filmed, so I guess that would have been filmed during the part where Lisa sent the boys to the naughty corner, or something like that. And of course I also did point out that there was a rule house saying do your chores. So prior to Joe's arrival, boys had chores. And there was also an observation scene where Devin ended up in the naughty corner, and it's still currently unknown why Devin was in the naughty corner before the observation began. But I guess I guess people may speculate that he was in the corner probably because he hurt someone. And of course, when Lisa sent all four of the sent all the boys in the naughty corner, I guess it's revealed that. So I guess it's revealed that for Matthew, so basically Devin gets sent to the corner for hitting Matthew with his sword. Darren got sent to the corner for hitting Matthew, and Matthew, of course, got sent to timeout, all because he was trying to get mustard. But I guess people were saying that it was a stupid reason to get in trouble because Matthew wasn't misbehaving. He only wanted mustard, but Lisa still sent him to the corner, and maybe we could be speculating that Lisa probably hated mustard and had a traumatic experience with the condiment, which caused her to send Matthew to timeout either way. And because Lisa said she had 4 boys before meeting John, maybe Lisa was in different relationships. So as we can see with Lisa, basically when she had 4 boys, Darren's last name is Burrows, Matthew and Devin's last names is Atkins, and Jared's last name is Bond. So I guess the boys are half brothers. And I also correct Lisa, because when Lisa was fighting Devin in the car, she was like, sometimes I feel like pulling my hair out. I was pissed. But she meant to say, sometimes I just felt like, or instead of saying sometimes, she could have said, I just felt like pulling my hair out because I was pissed. And I wonder if this is where it takes a turn, because okay, I know we can see that there are some external links. The full episode is still on YouTube, and we got some links. And okay, I know we didn't get to didn't talk about the fact that John was arrested in 2019 for possession of meth and heroin, and he got arrested again in April of 2021 for driving with a suspended license. But it had also been revealed that as I was doing more research, it was revealed that John had been arrested 2 more times, which meant he was arrested in May of 2021 due to a felony, and was arrested last February 2024 due to a drug possession. And it was revealed that even Darren had been arrested. I mean, I wonder what's happened. But we can also see here that according to the wiki, so it had also been said that in May of 2021, or in mid 2021, there has been a rumor saying that in the Jenkins family, Super Nanny helped the Jenkins family, but according to the rumor, James Jenkins was beaten up to death, and there had been this rumor saying that Darren, Matthew, and Devin were responsible for beating up James Jenkins up to death, and his mom was severely traumatized. And I guess it took a year for the rumor to be disproven. But I guess since there was no evidence of any of this rumor existing, this was all proven to be false. But I guess if the rumors were true, then I guess this would have been the only time that Joe helped a family connected with a previous family that connected with a family she's previously helped. And I know we could be talking about the Jenkins family, and I don't think we're supposed to be talking about this. But I guess if this Jenkins family had an episode, this would have been the rumored true finale for season 5 of Super Nanny USA. So I guess people could be saying that this rumor may be real. People could say that this rumor may be fake. But in the Jenkins family, Joe heads to Detroit, Michigan. And when Joe learns that 3 boys had beaten up James to death, I guess Joe learned that Darren, Matthew, and Devin were the ones behind all of this. And during the observation, Joshua gets sad over James's death, being that he witnessed it. And of course, the Nitti family wanted to apologize, but in reality, they were planning to kill the entire family. And I guess since the Jenkins are from Detroit, people believed that the Nitties lived there as well. But instead, they moved to Florida to escape their criminal charges. And I guess there may be a question on why Jared wasn't involved. And maybe it's been said that because Jared is the youngest, he just didn't want to be involved. And I guess if this was a real episode, then I guess this episode would have ended with all the Nitties being stalked by Joe, which would mean Joe would call the police and CPS, because if these rumors were true, John and Lisa would have been arrested for the conspiracy to murder, while the 3 other boys would be in the juvenile detention, and Jared would be in foster care. But since this was proven to be false, then I guess instead this was proven to be false, because in the end, John had been arrested 4 times in his life, and Darren had actually gotten arrested. There's nothing on the wiki that says anything about Darren being arrested, but the one true thing is that Matthew did end up losing half of his skull after a skateboard accident. But according to John's daughter's TikTok, there has been some details that weren't previously known about the episode, as well as stuff that happened outside of the filming. So during Joe's confrontation towards John, there had been a different question Joe asked, and John was like, "What do you want to hear, lady?" But since he was asked a different question, I guess his real answer was that his behavior was the result of raising 6 kids before meeting Lisa, and even asked Joe if she was a mother herself, and about the boys, since they weren't really that aggressive, whether or not they were on camera. The producers ended up telling them that, and telling the boys to misbehave worse than before, otherwise the family wouldn't get on TV. And there has been saying that Joe was a recovering alcoholic and Lisa was a former bartender. And when Joe arrived to the home one day, John smelled the alcohol on Joe because she allegedly had rum at the bar, and John was angry, telling her to not come to the house again smelling like the way she did. And there may have also been another confrontation, as well as a deleted scene that John had actually physically assaulted Joe because he did not like the fact he couldn't step in while Lisa would discipline Devin. And I know we talked about that already earlier today, but as of now, or actually at the end of the episode, usually at the end of every Super Nanny episode, families would say goodbye, would wave. But I guess John wasn't. He was in the photo, but I guess he had to be edited out of the photo since he was apparently flipping off the cameras the whole time his family was saying goodbye. But anyway, guys, I know that kind of sounded like a workout, having to mention all the details. But anyway, guys, I guess that's all I got. So now you know what happened with the Nitti family. I know it kind of was shocking to say the least, but anyway, guys, right now it is now 11:35. It might be 11:36 now. Thought it would be bedtime already, which means I should lower my voice. And because I had a cheat sheet, I guess you might have noticed I was looking down the entire time, and I'm sorry for not telling you guys. But I guess that's all I'm gonna be mentioning for now. I know that was kind of a workout having to mention all the events. And if you've seen the Nitti family before, I guess now you know what has happened throughout the entire filming process. But anyway, guys, I guess that's all I'm gonna be mentioning for now. So thank you guys for watching. Remember, if you are new, make sure you like, subscribe, turn on your notifications. Let me know what you think in the comments about the Nitti family. And with that said, I will see you guys again another time. Love you. Bye-bye.